Good evening. It is 6:15 p.m. on the Tuesday, the 2nd of March, 2021. My name is Arran Hunt, I'm a partner here at Stace Hammond, and I head up the Migration Partners team. Of course, this is not Stace Hammond. This is, for those of you who have watched before, this is my apartment because Auckland is back into lockdown. Bonnie and I were down in Wellington for the weekend for a quick holiday. While we were down there, they announced a lockdown for 7 days, and we returned yesterday, one day into the lockdown. And now here we are working back in, well, my office is back to being my lounge rather than my office here in Auckland. We weren't planning on doing a video today, that's why I'm wearing a t-shirt, planning on doing sort of no real video work today, but we had an announcement from immigration, we got through the media. We thought it was worth getting out there as it is extremely important for those of you, especially who have visas to come to New Zealand fairly shortly. Now, as you'll know, on arrival in New Zealand, you have to do a managed isolation and quarantine, MIQ. You've seen referred to a number of times before. That is paid for by the user, but we do know that it has been subsidised by the government to some degree for some time. The charge for it was always a partial charge. It was not the full cost to the government of around the MIQ. The government is now looking at fixing that by increasing the cost of MIQ to a larger amount to cover that cost. Now, this will only apply to those on temporary visa holders, and so residents and citizens, as far as we're aware from what we've seen here, which is very, very little, it's still that $3,000 cost for you to do MIQ. Now, for those of you coming in here as the partner to a citizen or partner to somebody on a CPVV, critical health worker, that sort of thing, this does mean the cost for you to come into the country is going to increase, and it is a big increase. So currently, it's come to the country, it's $3,000, $3,100 for to come into managed isolation, with another smaller fee of $1,500 for additional adults and kids, that sort of thing. Now, that is increasing for the first person to be $5,500, so 5,520 for the first or only person who's in the room, and then $3,000 or 2,990 for every additional adult, and 1,610 for any child to add on to that. So that's a rather large increase from $3,000 to $5,500, and then from $1,500 to $3,000 for additional adults, sort of adding on to it. This is a big increase. Now, we sort of thought this would come at some point because the government was subsidising these visas coming across. We think that if they're going to extend it to this, they should to cover everybody, not just temporary visas. It should go to all the citizens, residents as well, to be fair. If you're coming across the border, you don't charge one group, then charge all groups that amount. But the big thing here, of course, apart from the big increase, is that this will cover those people who are arriving from March 25th. Now, that's just a 13 days time. So basically 2 weeks from yesterday, that's when this cost comes in, even if you have already pre-booked MIQ. So you've pre-booked MIQ on the basis that you're going to have this cost here. Now it's going to be this cost. So I think that's probably a step too far, but it's what the government have done. They have their right to do that. So if you're coming in to MIQ from March 25th onwards, from April to May, this is the new cost you're going to be paying for MIQ. Now, with MIQ, you don't pay it on arrival, you don't pay it during you're there. Once you have left, they will send you a bill. From the figures we've seen, the government hasn't chased many of those bills. There's been a lot of people who have been forgiven to pay the bill. So we're not sure whether they're going to increase that sort of looking to get things paid. We do know that the costs are going to be increased, and if you are a temporary visa holder, they'll be a lot more likely to chase you to get that paid rather than if you were a citizen and you could say, well, I need to come home. So we're not saying to not pay it, definitely just factor in the fact that this is going to cost you a lot more now to come to New Zealand with this larger MIQ, but that you will have time after MIQ to actually pay it. It's not sort of payable immediately. They will give you a chance. Now, just a quick calculation, say if you're coming into the country as a critical health worker, you're bringing your husband, your wife as your partner, and you say you've got 3 children. Now, the cost of that is now going to be $12,340 for MIQ. Oh, shit, that just doesn't sound right, but it is 5220. Sorry, 5520. 5520 for the main applicant. Then you're going to add on 2990 for the partner. Then you're going to add on 1610 3 times, the 3 children. And there it is. Yes, $13,000. So this is not an insignificant fund. It is a big cost that you're going to have to be footing, but we'd hope that being in New Zealand, it's going to be worth the cost. That is it for today. Very short, very sweet. We will link to one of the articles that mention these costs to see more. If we do actually get a release from immigration about this, we will add it to the description of this video so that you can see more information as it comes available. As always, this is not legal advice. This is just us commenting on what's happening with immigration here in New Zealand. If you want legal advice, you can get in contact with us. There's a link in the description below, visa@shlaw.co.nz. And if you like the video, hit like. If you want to hear about more what's going on in the news with immigration, click subscribe. And until next time, perhaps again from my lovely little second office here in my apartment, ka kite anō, kia kaha, stay safe.